Hi there! Thanks so much for joining on day 2, and guess what today's topic is? Hydration. Once I got clear on making sure my body was hydrated with water, not with soda, other drinks, all those kind of things changed big time for me. So I want to ask you this. Are you hydrating your body consciously every day to make sure that you feel your best and that your body's taken care of like it should be? If you're not, let's go over a couple things. Before we get started though, I want to make a real important distinction, and that is, back before I got clear on this, my main source of hydration was Mountain Dew. If you knew me back in the 80s and 90s, you'd know that I drank 3 to 8 20-ounce Mountain Dews a day. And I actually had my employees trained, not trained per se I guess, but set so that they just kept bringing them to me, and I'd have a row of them ready to roll. And that was my main source of hydration. Once I got clear on the fact that I needed to stop drinking a lot of soda and start drinking more water, I went through and I just cut Mountain Dew completely. It was in September of 1998. And once I did that, I replaced it with water. It was kind of weird because I had this really strange craving. I think it was 10 days into me just drinking water, coming off of years of drinking Mountain Dew. And it was for Kit Kats of all things. Not Twix, not Three Musketeers, but Kit Kats. I had to have a Kit Kat. Must have been my body's way of saying, hey, I need some sugar, give it to me now. In any event, I was doing so well. I stayed off of soda for 2 years and then started with 1. And next thing I knew, I was drinking Coke. That was my newfound thing in the early zeros, I guess, if you want to call it that. So the reality all came around to me in June of 2008, and I said, you know what, this isn't serving me at all. I have to stop drinking soda completely. I'm not the kind of person that can have one a day or one a week. I just let it kind of creep up. So I haven't had a soda since June of 2008. Isn't that incredible? Many, many years ago. And I don't miss it. I don't even have the cravings for it. It's crazy when you get into that realm. So one of the things that many people say about just drinking water is it's purely boring. It doesn't have any taste and all those kind of things. So what I did is just kind of went through and said, what's the bare essence of Sprite and Mellow Yellow and those kind of things? And it's usually lemons and limes. So what I did is I started cutting up lemons and cutting up limes and squeezing them and putting them in my waters. And it really helped with that transition to being mostly hydrated through drinking water. I do drink other things. I don't drink soda, but I do have coffee every so often, and wine and beer and those kind of things. I don't have it a lot though, and that's the point. So as I studied really trying to hit high levels of energy, it became really clear to me. I need to drink more water. I need to make sure that I have water around me. So I bought one of those blender bottles. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're about 600 milliliters. And I make sure that I have one with me all the time. I don't even have the little blender ball in it. I just take that around just so that I have water in front of me, because guess what I found? When water's around me, I'll drink it. So I really set up an environment where I have water. The other thing that was really a benefit to me too was that I don't get the headaches I used to get because I was dehydrated. Another thing that I discovered is that when I get hungry, a lot of times it's my body's way of saying, I'm thirsty. So I'll try and drink maybe 600 milliliters of water over the course of 10-15 minutes. And lo and behold, almost all the time, I'm not hungry anymore if I'm patient enough to wait through that. So with that all being said, there's 3 really important distinctions I've made that may help you out. Keep in mind, I'm not a doctor and I don't make any guarantees in that space, but the reality is these things made the biggest difference for me for having high energy and making sure that I'm going through my day really helping myself and helping others in the best possible way. First one is make sure that your main source of hydration is water. I always have my blender bottle with me. It works out real well so that I'm always drinking, and I can just make sure that I keep hydrated as I move through my day. Second one is to make sure you're drinking about 3 to 6 liters of water per day. In our high performance coaching work, we walk through what the distinction is there. And it's really important you know that if you're outside sweating a lot, you're probably going to drink more. If you're not sweating as much, you're inside and your day-to-day routine is in front of a computer, for example, you might want to drink less, like on the 3 liter side. And that's been real helpful for a lot of people that I've helped over time. And the third distinction is that you treat other drinks like snacks, having them maybe once a day or once every few days. That's been the toughest one for me over time. But once I got that mastered, it all kind of fell in place. It worked out real well. So that's day 2, hydration. If you want, go through and share one thing you're committed to changing or adjusting as you move forward in regard to hydration so that others can see exactly what you're up to and they can get inspired from you. If you feel like you got this under control, go through and share one thing that might help others. It's really, really important that we serve each other in this community that I'm creating. It's awesome, isn't it? Cool. Just remember, I'm here to help you improve your life authentically, purposefully today. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.